Hey guys, Fireblade here, and welcome to another custom story. This is part 2 of What If Team Lilac Met Sonic.exe. In the last part, Team Lilac met Sonic.exe. They were able to barely scrape by against Sonic.exe, forcing him to retreat, but not without taking Lilac with them. In this part, we're going to find out what happens with Lilac. So, we start off in a field similar to where the girls landed. A portal opens up and Lilac is thrown out of it. After picking herself back up, she looks around and is wondering if she was just transported to a different area. That is until she hears a voice. That is not the case. I brought you here. She turns and sees this creature similar to the hedgehog that she and her friends have fought. However, a big difference is that there's a big X on his chest. Taken aback, Lilac gets into a fighting stance. Who are you? What do you want from us? No need for that tone. I brought you here just for some fun. Fun? Like hell, I'm gonna give you fun. I said this before and I'll say it again. You can take me away from my friends, but I won't stop fighting you. Oh, little one. You think I'm the other one? Wrong. I am the strongest. But unfortunately, not the original. Original? What do you... You see, there are multiple versions of him. Some may possess him, some is just a copy, while others, like me, just take his form. His form? What are you? What I am is none of importance. I'll say again, I brought you here for some fun. I've seen how you handle yourself against that creature. Normally I just let it be, but the fact that you have a speed like him honestly piqued my curiosity, so I've been watching. And you have provided me much entertainment. Here's a deal. You keep providing me entertainment, and you might live. What the hell kind of deal is that? It sounds like you're just sending me into a lion's pit or something. Yes, that is what I'm doing. Of course, if you don't want to comply, I can just take your soul right now. I'll do it, but on one condition. Oh? And what condition is that? You take my friends back to our world and don't try to kill them. A bold condition. You have no idea what I am. Very well. Do we have a deal? This creature puts out his hand, waiting for Lilac to return her own, to which she does. Perfect. I'll be watching. And with that, the creature sends Lilac off wherever. Lilac finds herself kinda in a forest, except everything is blue and blue tinted. She looks at herself and sees that she too is blue tinted. She walks around for a bit until her foot steps on a mic. Curious, she just stares at it until she hears something. She turns around and sees the similar hedgehog, except this time its face is unlike the other time that she's seen this hedgehog. What creeps her out more about this one than the other two that she met was this big smile that it has. She noticed that this creature has a mic too. He points at the mic and points at her. Taking a few seconds to process it, she picks up the mic. Music starts playing and it seems that this thing is singing. Weirded out by this, she just lets it continue singing. Once it finishes, it looks at Lilac expectantly. She looks at the mic again and back at this creature. Sees this creature is pointing at the mic. Lilac understands what it wants to do. It wants her to sing. So she ends up singing, not really putting any energy in her voice nor her movement. The creature just watches disappointingly. As Lilac finishes her verse, the creature starts showcasing more movement, even teleporting behind Lilac, grabbing hold of one of her arms and just kind of flailing around, insinuating that it wants Lilac to put emotion into her movement. When this creature finishes singing, Lilac understands that yes, this creature wants her to put emotion in her singing. So her movement starts to get some energy in it. However, her voice isn't, which again still disappoints this creature. When Lilac finishes singing, the creature sings again. It keeps motioning around its mouth and then points at Lilac. Lilac understands what this creature wants, and it is annoying the heck out of her. When this creature finishes singing, Lilac just goes all in with her singing and her movement, which satisfies the creature immensely. They go back and forth when it comes to singing, and when it seems that the song has ended, the creature takes a bow at Lilac, snaps his fingers, and everything around Lilac goes dark for a moment, and the mic in her hands disappears. Looking around, she's wondering what just happened. She waits for a few seconds until she sees a doll of a two-tailed fox lying towards her. She backs away from this doll until she steps on a branch. She turns around and sees that she is on a racetrack. She turns and sees the doll right next to her, which freaks her out. She then hears a countdown and immediately knows that she has to race. Confused as hell about why the first creature sent her into a sing-off and now a race, causes Lilac to not notice the race starting. As Lilac realizes the race has already started, she just goes and takes the main route. While on the track, she notices the second creature again, the one that she had to sing off with, and sees it carrying an emerald. It's pointing at it and then throws it as it vanishes somewhere in the map. Lilac guesses that this creature wants her to find these emeralds. Again, Lilac goes with the flow because this is weird for her. She runs around the track completing laps as well as finding these emeralds. As Lilac is on the home stretch on the last lap, she's able to pass this doll, and as she sees the finish line, she's getting a feeling that something isn't right. She turns around and sees the doll just behind her. To her, this feels very familiar to when she took the first creature off of her friends so they can possibly try to escape. After she crosses the finish line, she feels that she has won this challenge. That is until the doll starts attacking her, and it is using brutal attacks, leaving gashes around her body. Knowing that this doll is out to kill her and that this was the real challenge, she tries to fight it off, but this doll is much deadlier, so she needs to run away so she can think of a plan. The doll ends up giving chase and sends projectiles at her. Lilac is able to dodge out of the way as this creature is still trying to kill her. After a while, it seems that this doll has ran out of energy or whatnot, because it just slows down, which Lilac notices, and then just flop. It has become a regular doll now. Lilac now has a chance to rest. As she does so, she counts how many emeralds that she has found and sees that she has 7 of them. She doesn't know why she needed to find these, but again, she's just doing whatever she can to survive. If that last creature was telling her that she needed these emeralds, then she's gonna find these emeralds. That creature just wanted to sing off. It didn't try to kill her like this one did. After resting, Lilac gets up and walks off the course. After walking for a few minutes, Lilac hears another laugh. She turns to where this laugh is, and she sees this hedgehog again, except it looks golden with swirl in its eyes. Impressive. You were able to survive just off your speed alone. What are you? I'm a dragon. Are you my next challenge? Maybe. Come on. Let's see how fast you really are. And with that, this creature fires laser out of his eyes towards Lilac. Lilac was expecting an attack, was able to dodge pretty quickly and just run off. The creature laughs again and gives chase, firing energy blasts. Lilac is able to dodge out of them, but not without a few close calls. The creature laughs again and tells her to step it up. So the creature continues to give chase to Lilac and just keeps firing energy blasts. For Lilac is getting harder and harder to dodge these. After a minute or two of this, the creature just starts attacking Lilac. Due to the speed and power this creature has, Lilac cannot do anything against this creature. So this creature is just toying with Lilac, basically beating and brutalizing her. After slamming Lilac into a wall, this creature is about to fire off a blast to kill her. But to the creature's surprise, Lilac is totally fine. It looks around and sees burnt plants on the ground at Lilac's feet. It looks back at Lilac and sees Lilac having the wings that Murga had in Freedom Planet 2. It's surprised by this. It doesn't know what is happening now. Lilac, without even thinking, uses these wings to attack this creature, using many moves that Murga had, like Blood Moon, Blue Moon, Super Moon. This creature is noticing that Lilac is getting stronger and stronger. As the fight continues on, this being is starting to come to realize something. It doesn't want to admit it, but it's the only possible way. Lilac may be using the Chaos Emeralds. It never gets his answers because Lilac is able to fire a supercharged blast from the Super Moon attack, which disintegrates this being completely. Being completely drained out of energy, the wing falls apart and Lilac falls into the ground. Lilac wakes up in the same field that she passed out in. She looks around and sees another hedgehog creature. She stares at it for a few moments until this creature turns to look back at her. This creature looks so innocent. It is off-putting to her. This creature walks up to Lilac, causing her to back away. This creature holds out a bowl of cereal. She looks at it with utter confusion on her face. She looks back at this creature again and sees that it's giving her a smile. Not a malicious or an evil smile, but just a genuine friendly smile. Again, she's weirded out by this, but she hesitantly takes the bowl. The creature walks away from her and sits on a picnic bench with a bunch of friends. It seems they're like partying because they're dancing and eating, surprisingly eating cereal. The pink hedgehog turns towards Lilac and motions for her to join. Lilac is still utterly confused about this, so she hesitantly walks over to the table. As she approaches the table, she sees them all just having a good time. She doesn't know what to think about this, so she hesitantly eats her cereal. After eating, that hedgehog turns towards her and holds up a sign. This sign says, "I know you've been through a lot, and I hope this helps, but I think it's time for you to go home. Stay safe." And with that, it snaps his finger, transporting Lilac back to her world. When Lilac transports to her world, it takes her a moment to process that she's back in her world. She's still processing what just happened. She doesn't think that was part of one of the challenge that first creature was telling her about. Not looking to give horse in the mouth, she gets up, but immediately sees that the town that she's in is destroyed. And that is where we're going to end it off. If you liked the video, be sure to click that like and that subscribe button. I would love to make more for you guys. Anyway, Fireblade here, and I will see you later, whatever I make. Bye.